House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer is looking to cash in on his failed impeachment probe into outgoing President Joe Biden, the Kentucky Republican who was chair of a 2 year GOP effort that spent millions of our taxpayer dollars, money well spent, right, to produce a 291-page report that did not recommend moving forward with impeachment against Joe Biden because there wasn't anything to impeach him over. That's despite making a ton of unsupported claims about Joe Biden engaging in influence peddling from other countries using his brother and sons. Now, here's the thing: do countries engage in influence peddling? Absolutely. In fact, one of the biggest influences on our politics, especially when it comes to the Democratic Party, is APAC. You might not like it, but me pointing that out, but that doesn't make it untrue. APAC is funded by right wing billionaires that give money to Democrats, Democratic politicians that take pro Israel stances. And I don't mean like, oh, we're against anti Semitism. Well, yeah, any good human being would be against anti Semitism, right? No, this is specifically so that defense contractors can continue to give weapons to Israel, to sell weapons to Israel, to buy them, to give military aid to the right wing government of Israel so they can continue, at this point, their slaughter of innocent Palestinians in Gaza. So that's what's going on here. So that's the influence. That's a real influence peddling, but nobody wants to talk about that, right? Instead, it's phony, fake influence peddling. Oh, China. Oh, no, it's China. We got China. That's influencing Joe Biden. No, Ukraine influencing Joe Biden. Right. Sure. No, it was a witch hunt. That's what it was. That's why they didn't find anything. But it's a witch hunt that dominated Fox News and yet went absolutely nowhere. Okay, that's the definition of a witch hunt, right? That said, Comer is not deterred. He's still planning on making a buck because, of course, right? We've reached the finale of this arc, right? Where Comer releases a book and gets money. Yeah, that's it. His book, All the President's Money, will release on January 14th, just 6 days before President-elect Donald Trump is inaugurated, the 47th president. That's right. Look, it's funny as it is for me to think that, oh, well, now somebody can use that to balance out their, table legs or something for one of their tables, kitchen table, coffee table, doesn't matter. When it, inevitably goes into the bargain bin and gets sold for 14 cents. That's after the right-wing PACs buy it in bulk to make it so that it appears to be popular and goes on the New York Times bestseller list, right? It's funny to think about that. But at the same time, those PACs, they go in, and this is a well-known phenomenon. They'll buy, hundreds of thousands of copies of these books and then just essentially hand it out to people, right? But that makes James Comer a lot of money. It makes these authors lots and lots of money. And that's a bit of a problem. Now, in fact, you had the Congressional Integrity Project, which is a watchdog group, saying like, "Hey, wait a minute, this seems kind of like corruption." Quote: Representative Comer and his Republican colleagues have spent the past 15 months relentlessly investigating the president and his family and failed to find any evidence of wrongdoing by President Biden, let alone anything impeachable. Throughout his entire investigation, Representative Comer has used his role as chairman of the House Oversight Committee for personal and political gain. He has been a frequent guest on conservative news channels, pushing conspiracy theories and lies about his investigation, and has used his impeachment inquiry to fundraise for his campaign. A potential book deal is troubling, as it appears Representative Comer is planning on using his unique position as oversight chair to turn a profit. To which I say, yeah, of course. That's kind of what they all do. It's not to say that you shouldn't be sounding the alarm. It's just that, unfortunately, the alarm's been going off and nobody's listening. There's nobody at the wheel. Okay, when it comes to stopping this grift and corruption in our government, no one has been able to stop it because people don't even try. These agencies, nobody listens to the watchdogs. These agencies don't really do anything, and you have members of Congress who are ostensibly there to police themselves on these corruption issues that shockingly never hold themselves accountable. Yeah, I know. Oh my God, can you believe it? They have investigated themselves and they've found that they are completely absolved of any wrongdoing whatsoever. No corruption here when there's massive corruption and we can all see it. Okay, Emperor has no clothes, and we keep pointing that out, and they're like, no, we've got it, we've got clothes. Sure. So the corruption is everywhere. It's just the latest example of it, right? Now that said, yes, Comer's a clown, but apparently clown has to make money. So here we go. He's going to try to cash in with a book that he claims will be exposing all the public corruption. It's funny because it does it in a way that, what he's actually doing right here by doing this entire book deal. That is the corruption. So congratulations, I guess you did it. Quote, a full accountability of the money they took in. Sure. And the government obstruction, the media weaponization, and exactly how the deep state coordinated with the media to disinform their audiences. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Sure. It is funny, though. There is a lot of disinformation. James Comer, when it comes to the Biden impeachment stuff, right in the middle of it, pushing that disinformation on Fox News, on Newsmax. It got to a point where people on these conservative news stations are like, bro, you don't have anything. Do you have any evidence or don't you? And he's like, oh, I'm sure. Clownorama. Now, the book is going to be published by Broadside, a conservative nonfiction imprint of HarperCollins, who also published Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hegseth's The War on Warriors, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's Never Give an Inch, and former White House senior advisor Jared Kushner's White House memoir, Breaking History. Broke something. Why are these in the nonfiction? They should be in the fiction section. I'm just saying. But that said, conservatives understand these people, they don't have to sell a lot of books to their fans. Okay? And it's because these PACs and these special groups funded by billionaires, they buy a crap ton of them in order to give their author legitimacy. And so that's the scam. To me, this feels a bit like money laundering in a way, but it's no surprise that you're seeing this kind of corruption and James Comey seemingly jumping all up in it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.